A couple of years ago, we purchased our first air compressor. It's a Dewalt model DWFP 55126. It's a 6-gallon, 165 psi pancake style. Check out the assembly and the first use video. Link is in the description below. The manifold has a tank pressure gauge and a turn knob for the output pressure regulator, but no regulated pressure gauge. For a long time, the output pressure regulator would work well, but eventually the regulator stopped working and was stuck at the highest output pressure. It wasn't a problem until we needed to run a leak down test on a small engine, a Honda GX390. The pressure was so high it would move the piston from top dead center. Air was escaping through the intake valve and we couldn't perform the test. We needed about 45 psi, but we couldn't regulate it. Welcome to Suburban DIY. My name is Rich. This video documents our journey to fix the problem. Spoiler alert, massive. The challenge we're having is the regulator. That whenever we change this dial, it doesn't seem to have any impact on the amount of air pressure coming out. We're going to use this now and we're going to hook it up and we're going to put air through it, and hopefully we'll be able to identify the problem is the regulator. We're going to confirm that on the air compressor, and then we will take it apart and see if we can fix it. So I just plugged in the air, and you'll see it's just really difficult, really freaking difficult to get this off. So you'll see it was above 100. Now we got this set to 0. We do have 150 psi in the tank, and it's holding that pressure no problem. So we're hooked up to the leak down tester, and we just really want to work on this gauge. So I've got it set at 0, but I'm going to turn this up to about 50. Then I'm just using 50 as an arbitrary psi. We'll lock it in. When I press this, we're going to watch that dial. It goes down to about 10. Now I'm going to turn the regulated pressure up all the way to max, and we're going to press it again, and we get the same results. When I press this and I change this regulator, you'll see that we get no change. Shut it all off, take out the pressure. With no pressure now coming through into the leak down tester, it's way easier to take that off. So it's just, I think it's just running at max pressure, or it's stuck somewhere in there. So I'm just trying to figure out how to take this thing off. All right, so we pressurized the tank again, and we're slightly over 150 psi. And now this is much tighter to turn. Hooking back up the air to the gauge tells us now we were sitting at 30. What I want to see is I've got this set at 0 right now. And if I turn this up, then my belief is that there should be more freaking pressure coming through here, and it should register here. And it's not. So it's just, I'm just thinking that this is not working. Now that I've tested it again after I took the shield off, or whatever you call this freaking thing, I'm going to take it all back off again, take all the pressure out, and see if I can get a view, see if we can pop this off and get a view in there. Prop this up on its side. Yes, it's unplugged, it's off, and this turns really easy. And I'm just trying to figure out how to get this piece off, and it looks like there's a, I don't know, like a piece of metal in there. But there's no, it's not like a micro screwdriver or an Allen wrench, meaning it's, I don't know if it's a set screw. It might be a set piece, but there's no way to get that out, meaning there's no way to turn it out. Not sure what to do here. It looks like there is a pin there, and I'm assuming that that's a set pin, but I don't know how to get it out. And I can hear when I get to a certain area, it gets a little bit kind of a scratchy noise. And I'm wondering if that's just not set correctly. So I pushed it in a little bit to see if it would engage, but I don't know if it is. Again, this is hard to turn when there's 150 psi in the tank, and really easy to turn when there's 0 psi. Tried tapping it off, tried looking here to see if I can open that up, and I can't find anywhere to loosen this. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this quits for right now and research further. I've got it hooked up right now, and it's on 0 is the regulated pressure, but super, super strong. And if I change it, let's just say I'm at, I don't know, 70, maybe 75, it's still the same. If I turn it even all the way up on max, it's still the same. To further test, or to just prove that I'm not getting any regulated pressure, I've got my compression tester here. So all I'm going to do is hook up the nozzle. Well, not even really hook it up. I'm just going to hold it up to it, and hopefully we'll be able to see that pressure, what it's coming out at. Now remember, the regulated pressure here is at 0, and I'm going to hold this as tight as I can. See what we get. Right, it's almost 100. If I hold it a little bit better, right, I'm up to between 125 and 150. Hopefully you can see that. Let's do that again. Almost 150. So let's reset that. I'm going to turn this up, call it 75 again, and let's do it again. So you can see I'm up there again, over 125. Hold it better, I bet I can get it close to 150. All right, so it's just too much pressure, and I can't use it at lower pressure. It's always constant. So I've got a plan, and this, let me show you what we're going to do. So I purchased this regulator. It's pretty inexpensive on Amazon. My thinking is that I'm going to attach this end to the coupler here, and then I'll be able to hook my hose in here, and I'll get some regulation. So got to put this together, and then we'll give it a shot. I really don't know if it's going to work, but we'll see. So again, my thinking is that I can just attach this regulator with the 1/4-inch connector. There's an arrow on the back of this showing the airflow. I really don't know if this is going to work, but we're going to give it a shot. All right, tank is empty. We're on 0 regulated pressure here. We're at 0 on here, and we're connected, turning it on. This thing might be a piece of crap. We're at slightly over 150 in the tank. We're at 150 in the red on this regulator. Let me see if I open it up a bit, what if it changes. There we go. I got this thing all the way open now. I'm going to take it off. All right, so let's see if we can hold there at 60. Oh, shoot. I might need a different connector. All right, so there's a couple things I can do. This connector, the 1/4 inch, is a different style than this one. This is the right one to go in here. What I'm thinking I could do is I can take off this coupler out of the regulator, and hopefully I've got an extension piece. Maybe I can use this so I can go directly in here, and I would love to be able to use this coupler on this side. So I'm going to drain it all again, and we'll try a different configuration. All right, so she's all drained out of the tank. This regulator isn't doing anything. Let's undo this. All right, so I decided to change the configuration, meaning I was going to put it over here first, but I decided to put it on this one because I just couldn't turn it without hitting the back piece here. So I'm pretty tight. I've got the extension connector there. I'm plugged in there. I've got the 1/4 inch now, and I can get to the dial and I can see the gauge. So let's fire it up, see what happens. All right, now the hose is plugged in. I didn't want to have to plug it in while it was under pressure. Here we go. All right, so the pressure in the tank is back up over 150. All right, crank this down all the way. There's no change in the gauge. So I open it up. And that's losing pressure now. So if I leave it right about there, I hear a leak, but I don't hear that much pressure. Let's put the compression gauge back on and see what comes out of the gun. All right, we're tightened all the way up on this gauge. We're still up about 140, we'll call it, in the tank pressure. Putting the hose to the gauge. Actually, let's reset it to 0. See what we get. Yeah, so now it's up to that 150 you can see there. So I don't know why this gauge isn't working now, but it's really annoying. Okay, all the pressure's out of the tank. Loosened up the gauge. Oh, it looks fine. Looks like nothing's... There was nothing in there, and there's nothing blocking this little hole. Give it one more shot here, and then I think the whole thing will be a complete fail, and I'm going to wind up just getting rid of this thing because I'm frustrated with it. The tank's over 150. The pressure gauge, it's pretty close to it. I'm sure if I tighten it up. Yeah, it's the same. So let's do a quick test here. Yeah, so we're at $1.25 on that spray. So now we'll loosen this. All right, so I cannot figure this out. All right, so we're back to the original configuration. Tank's over $1.50. I'm on 0 regulated here. Hard to turn. Same. I guess I'm going to use it as it is. Not going to figure it out. Here's what I'll tell you overall about this Dewalt compressor. I think it's been really good for us. It's my first compressor that we bought, and it's a good unit. I just think that in hindsight, I should have bought one with a regulator gauge instead of this dial. I have no idea of it telling me what the pressure is other than trying to hook something or finagling something up. So if you're in the market and you're buying one of these, I think it's a great starter one. But my recommendation is get one with a gauge on the regulator so that when you turn the dial, typically right out in front, this gauge will show you the air pressure coming out of the system. Not the pressure in the tank, but the pressure coming out. This, I have no indicator of what the pressure is, other than, again, trying to hook up some, crazy type system to test it. I have no idea if I'm even doing it correctly. All right, deep breath, more learning at Suburban DIY. Thanks for watching. Bye.